Hey up and welcome back to the start of season 6. I think we're season 6. No, we can't. Hey up and welcome back to the start of season 6 here on Football Manager 2024 with Yeovil Town and the Journeyman. As always, load to go through. Also want to put in a little kind of disclaimer. I've already got my ideas for FM25 and one of the main series I'm so excited for. I've got an script written for episode 0, and one of the things I want to do in is I want more kind of role play aspects and more kind of character building stuff. So I'm gonna try and drop bits into this series of the character and the role playing aspects of it that I want to add in. And as always, I'm keen to know what if you enjoy it when it happens and stuff like that. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with this series and for everything else we've got coming up. So we're starting on the season preview page. The media think we're going to finish 4th, which is playoffs just outside. Do 3 teams go up here? How many teams go up automatically? Yeah, so they think we're in for a shout of that automatic, just behind Cambridge, and kind of us and Crew will be the ones there. No one in the starting media dream 11, but we do have a player relatively high up in Antoine Pelletier. We'll go over him in a minute. I was just kind of looking through this. Doesn't look like anyone crazy has joined the league. But there's stuff to go through. So we're going to start where we always start. That is transfers. We'll start on finances. We've got a good amount of money. I've asked the board to upgrade our transfer facilities multiple times. They will not do it. It's frustrating me. But if we go to club info and also club vision, if we have a look at the they just want to top our finish. I think we pissed that. For me, I think we need to be looking at promotion and fighting for that promotion spot. But if we just go into transfers and transfer history, we'll drop back because there were some players that left. So if we go here, we'll start with release players. So let's go there. So players that left the club. Some of these meant something, some didn't. Big shout out to J Ben, who's gone to Blackpool. What league are Blackpool in? League 1. Fair play to him. 47 league games for us. He did well for us over the 2 leagues. I probably should have kept him, but I just felt that was a position we needed to upgrade, and I felt defensively he wasn't up to par. If you watch the kind of the squad report video, yeah. So major props to J Ben. He was crucial for us for 2 years. Cole Hudlin left the club. He's currently without a club. Aldershot are looking at him. 5 goals in 22 games. He didn't feature at all for us in a competitive game last season. I want to say it's sad. He came in for a reason and he did that job that we needed him to do. So yeah, it was a little bit sad to see him go, but it had to go. Aidan Haddo has also left the club. He's gone to Gillingham, who are in... Oh, but he dropped the league. He had a good loan at Newport last year. Was crucial for us for a while. I say crucial. He was never crucial for us. He did a job, but the way that we're now looking at moving up the leagues, he just wasn't going to get the football he wanted. Al Wahid, what an awful signing that was. I say signing. We got him on a free. 2 league games, 2 sub appearances, threw his toys out of pram, had a loan at Aldershot for the second half of the season, didn't do well there either. Just didn't happen. We then saw the likes of Darren McKay, Kevin McAllister, David Murray, Jamie Smith, Richard Williams, and Aston Kilford leave. All players that had come from our academy or had been bought in from other academies that just didn't make the grade. So let's go here. Was there anyone that we actually sold here? No. So, players that left, players that came in at the end of the season. So, we're looking at here from Patrick Cassidy. So, we put Patrick Cassidy in from Kilmarnock. kind of a utility player. He's out on loan at Maidstone. He's definitely more of a attacking midfielder. It says he's a ball winner, but I don't see it. I reckon he'd probably play that role if he has a good year. Got an under 21 Irish cap. He is what he is. You know that with me, I'm going to sign lots and lots of young players, try and loan them all out, and try and make some money on them. We brought in Jack Skelly from Greenock Morton. He's come in. He's currently contracted to us. We're going to look to loan him out. High potential. Centre back. We'll see how he does. As I said, hopefully get him out on loan. We've got Bobby Harris came in from Man United, another centre-back that can play right... Oh, I say a centre-back. He is a right-back. I'm not having a 5'9" centre-back. Might even look at trying to move him into midfield. Another one that we'll look at loaning out. See what happens. We bought in Angus Robertson from Chelsea. He's currently on loan at Gloucester. He's another centre-back. Can move into midfield if we need him to. Good kind of base stats, technically. Could do with some improvement kind of mentally, but I think he could be a long-term kind of centre-back for the club. Scott Harris came in from Man City, another centre-back. There was a lot of centre-backs, apparently. A lot of defenders. Again, we'll look at loaning him out, see what happens. Samuel Karim came in from Arsenal. He is a centre midfielder that can drop into there. If anything, he's going to play that role. Very rough, needs a loan. Bailey Overton came in from Burnley. He's a striker that can move to the wings. Going to look at loaning him out. He's wanted by us St Albans. And this was the one that I was really happy at. The fact that we've got him for free. We bought in Addison Pereira da Silva. So he's currently on the evaluated standard work permit. So as long as he's playing a lot of football for us, we can kind of get away with him not having a work permit. He is coming in as our striker. Him and Carbo to compete. 4 goals and an assist in 6 pre-season games. I've been very impressed. His finishing does need to improve. That is one of the things that we have seen, and we'll go through pre-season in a minute, but he looks good. He looks like a very good player. He's been pretty good for us in pre-season, as you can see. And yeah, 20 goals in 46 for Fast Club. But yeah, he comes in. He is probably the best business we've done. The fact that his value is so low is ridiculous. And then we go over here. So we bought in Antoine Pelletier from Wolves. He's the one that the media thinks is going to be really good. Ironically, I see him as our backup deep line playmaker. So we just highlight that. Fantastic first touch. Good passing. Good technique. Mentally, he's okay. Physically, he's adequate. 17 years of age on a 2-year deal. On the ground a week as a breakthrough prospect. But he's going to get a lot of football this year. We know last season when Winter came in, he was very hit and miss. The fact that we've now got a midfielder that can kind of come in and do that job, can also play as the Mazzala and do that job as well. So he can cover both the centre midfielder spots. I'm excited for him this season. We brought in Theo Avery from Nottingham Forest. 22-year-old Irish goalkeeper. Comes in as a backup. It's the backup to Rose. We'll see how he does. Spent last season at Scunthorpe in the league below. Had an okay game there. 12 clean sheets in 31 games. Kind of happy with him. We've brought in Leon Elliott, who was released by Crystal Palace. He's coming in as the backup to Mengianat. Very much a centre defender. He's an adequate kind of backup, and we'll get on to some of the potential outgoings. But comes in, looks like a decent player. Good positioning, good technicals for a centre-back. And recently we brought in Sam Green. He's going to go out on loan. I'm just not sure where we want to play him. He's looking like a winger, so we'll probably end up looking at making him a left winger to cut in. But yeah, we'll get him out on loan. On the outs, let's just go actual outs. So Ashby Hammond went to Woking for 77 grand. Romeo Beckham left the club. We got nothing for it. There was clubs interested, but none of them felt they could pay his wage, and none of them wanted to pay the money. And I was like, do you know what? He's sat in the under 21s or the under 18s because I didn't want him to make the senior players unhappy. So he's been fantastic for us. 150 league games, 20 goals, countless assists. The fact he played 27 games last year was just down to injuries and stuff. As you can see, the drop-off was insane. I think League 2 might be a league too far for him. But he's been a big thing for us. Barrett, of course, joined Galway on a pre-contract that we didn't realise. I would have happily kept him had he not. But other than that, as you can see, Robertson on loan, Mulligan, Hodge, Barnes, Allison, Olafemi, Cassidy, Burrell. Senga and Goyer is on loan. Ali Musto, Kane Eddy, Bryn, Nelson, Stonnell, Lorkin, Griffiths, Momola, Shabur, and Gian, all out on loan. Most of them are 6-month loan deals, so they'll be back for January, and then we can look at kind of what we do with them there. But that is transfers. We've also got 2 players on kind of in. So we're looking at Tyler Fredrickson coming in. He wants to come. I think he wants to come in as a regular starter. So he's not that level. He's not that guy. But pre-season, his rating doesn't look that great, but he did all right for us in pre-season. And I was quite impressed with him. He's going to come in as a backup, whether he likes it or not. I think it's a 1-year deal as well. It might be a 2-year deal, but he's good enough to be around the squad. The other player is Patsy Slevin went on loan last season to Swindon, got 5 in 9. Went back to QPR. They transfer listed him for 200 grand. I'm not paying 200 grand for him. We know how much I like Patsy Slevin, and it's just never really worked for him here. So we've put in an offer for loan. The idea is because his contract is up at the end of the season. He's currently on trial with Barnsley. They're taking a closer look. The idea with Patsy Slevin is going to be to move him to the left. I want him as the inside forwards. I think he can play that inside forward role really well. We get a lot of chances for our wingers from crosses and like one cross into the other one. I think having him as an inside forwards gives us that height, gives us that squad rotation policy. I think Patsy Slevin could be a good signing. Also, so we just go to squad. There's a lot of players wanted. We did have an issue with Ewan O'Connor. We've got a promise with him. So Huddersfield came in and they bid. I think he worked up to about 100 grand. I'm not selling him for 100 grand. So I tried to negotiate it so that it was like 600 grand. They said no because of course they did. He then comes to me and was like, why aren't you playing me? Like, why aren't you selling me? And I said, look, you can go, but you've got a release clause. I don't like the fact he's got a 275 grand release clause, but you've got a release clause. They trigger that, you can go. So he said, okay. So in a minute, they are still currently sniffing around him. They're also looking at Grant Foster. And for a period of time, there were some clubs looking at Tayden Mengi, which I am worried that before deadline day, we are going to lose both Ewan O'Connor and Mengi, and now Foster. Kind of the rest of the squad, there's no one major kind of wanted. But I think if we were to lose both our centre-backs and our left-back, one of which is our club captain, I think that could be disastrous for us. So, yeah, it's very much see what happens before the end of the window. But let's get into this first game. Our first game is, of course, against Bromley, who, they constantly make the point of, you have a really bad record against Bromley. And we always usually start the season slow. But yeah, I think Bromley's going to be the first game, and then we'll probably come back for like Shrewsbury and York in the next episode. But yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so here is your lineup for this game against Bromley. We're going to go with Joe Rose in goal, Dan Edwards at right back, Mengi, O'Connor and Foster as a back four. O'Neill just in front of them. Winter and Fitzgerald, he's been better in pre-season. Bianchi on the right, Corey Callan on the left, and Pereira up front. A bench of Avery, Casanova, Elliott, Brown, Pelletier, Overman, and Cargo. Now, I know what you're thinking. One, why is Callan in this team? Two, why is Overman in the squad? Where is he? Robinson is fit for about 45 minutes. The problem is he's not fit. He's not fit enough for the game. Coming off that ACL, he played a little bit in pre-season. Got 3 goals in 3 games in pre-season. As you can see, we really miss him. And playing off the left as well. We just haven't had a lot of wingers that have popped up as available, and it's a worry because the wing is a place we really need to watch it. So yeah, that's why they're in the team. Benjamin didn't have a good pre-season, and then kind of there's a few players in here that we gave Beachy a lot of time. He got 3 goals in pre-season, but it's what I said with Beachy is very much he offers you goals but nothing else. Like he can finish, but he's not going to be in the play any other way. So yeah, Cargo missed all of pre-season with what injury did he have? He strained his hamstring literally the first day of the pre-season. So let's get into this. All right, 85th minute. Not a lot is happening in this game. So you know Bromley are winning this game. We're going to get the win here. Oh, come on. All right. Ball here with Warner. Goes here. Foster makes a tackle, but it's fallen to Roberts. Cross to the back post. Really? Come on, lads. It's not been a good game. But Mengi just... just lets him get in front of him. Oh... It's the only shot on target all game. It's just disappointing. As I said, we don't usually start well, and it's frustrating because we've had a good pre-season. Fitzgerald ball in there. Carbo. Oh, what a save by the keeper. And yeah. We're now going to talk about the friendlies, and you're gonna see a worrying stat because I've seen it. It was a disappointing debut from Pereira, and I think it look, part of it shows the weakness we've got on the wings, and I'm pretty sure they were playing an inverted wing back and an inverted fullback, so I didn't help us by having us go in. I should have noticed that earlier, and that's something I've got to get better at doing, is spotting these little tactical wassits. But if we just look at our schedule, so we started with a 2-1 win over Birmingham. We were dominated from minute 1, like literally dominated from minute 1. We were very lucky to get away with that. Got a 2-0 win against Dorchester. I've got to show you this because our XG was 3.71. We had 20 shots at goal. Then lost 2-1 to QPR. We were 2-0 down. Do you know what? The first half, we were a better team. And we went in at 0-0, and it was like, okay. And in the second half, they had 3 shots and got 2 goals from it. As you can see, we were the better team in this, but they had better quality. Then won against Sherborne 3-0 from an XG of 4.78. We missed a penalty. Then lost 2-0 to Hull. We didn't even turn up in that game. Got a 1-1 draw against Tottenham team that was heavily rotated, but it was a good result. Then threw away a comfortable 1-0 win against what's it? As you can see, bar Sherborne, we're not scoring. We're not scoring as many as we should. And we start every season this way. Every season we start with we're not scoring as many goals as we should be scoring. It's why we had a load of people on trial. You'll probably see it kind of here. Maybe not there. What game was it where they started coming in? So, like, for example, we had Ricky J. Jones came in on trial. He's still there. We had a few players coming on trial that were players that could play on the wing. Luca Lynch was one. I really wanted to sign Luca Lynch. I know he's listed as a centre midfielder, but he's definitely more suited to being on the wing. You know, he's absolutely rapid. You know, good physicals. Technicals are decent. He came in asking for silly money. I think he wanted like $4 or $5 grand a week. And I was just like, not paying that. I want the right players for the wings. And I think Bianchi and Robinson are the right players, but we need players that, especially with young wingers, their form's in and out. You know, it's hard to get consistency from young wingers. It's a tough position to play, especially in modern day football. So I don't want to just bring in anyone. It needs to be the right person. But that's causing us issues because, you know, we'll look through. So Birmingham, Pereira scored, Kane Eddy scored. Pereira scored, Beachy got a goal there, Pereira got a goal there, Ewan O'Connor scored there, and then Pereira's got goals, but it's very much like Cargbo, where it's a case of he's only getting one a game. And we either need him to be getting, you know, games where he's getting twos and a hat-trick here and there, or them wingers need to start need to start getting into the score sheet more. We can't just rely on a striker to score goals. And, you know, we really like him, but he is a striker with 7 finishing. That is going to be where we end the episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure you smash the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'll probably be back for the Shrewsbury and the York game. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Justin, and you have had just enough.